Hey guys, what's up? So I'm just here to make another video today while I do my deadlift workout because I kind of like doing that a little bit better. Just sitting here between sets and doing just ranting about whatever the topic of the day is or whatever topic I feel like ranting about while I do my workout. Today I just have an 815 pound conventional deadlift, which it's actually been a little while since I've deadlifted over 800 pounds conventional. Couple months at least, because the last time I was, pulling heavy conventional was before I started switching back over to sumo before my last meet back in November, and that was about 2 months ago. So the meet was 2 months ago, but then the actual conventional deadlift training was 2 months before that. So it's been a while since I've deadlifted this much conventional. So I've kind of worked my way back up to it and see how a pull over 800 pounds feels. I did 793 last week. And that felt pretty good, so we'll see how this goes today. But today's topic is going to be about the most important thing you can do as a lifter or somebody who's just training for any kind of fitness goal. I'll just relate it to that. This can actually, I think, what I talk about today can be applied to a lot of different things in life. But I don't know about you guys, but as far my life is lifting weights, so or at least I try to make it that way for the most part. So yeah. It's gonna be the most important thing you can do to accomplish your fitness goals or your lifting goals or whatever it is fitness related. So what is that one special thing that is gonna make all the difference in your training? Or maybe not all the difference, but okay, yeah, all the difference, I'll go ahead and say that. Or what is just the most important thing? Is it the routine that you're following? Is it your program? Is it the cute outfit that you wear? Is it about the post-workout picture that you take to post on social media? Now I know for a lot of people that is their fitness goal, is to just be more popular on social media and appear to be better at fitness than they really are. So is that what's important? Or is it your diet? Is it how much sleep you're getting at night? So what exactly is it? But anyway, so I started doing this at a pretty young age. I'm 25 now, so I started doing this when I was 12. So give or take about half of my life, I have been wanting to be good at this, and that was kind of the thing that was one of the first things I had in my head. Is I always wanted to be good at this. So I've always been trying to do a bunch of different things and just find out what that secret is that's gonna help me get actually good at this one day. So if I had to go back in time to tell myself what that secret would be, I have to think what would be that thing that I'd go back and tell 12-year-old Kaylor to start doing now, that's going to set you up better for whenever you're the future Kaylor, aka 25 today. But either way, what I said was I always wanted to be good at this. So it did start with that. And because of that, I tried a bunch of different things, and a lot of things worked. I had a lot of success with a lot of different things and principles and ideas, but there was definitely one thing that I noticed about all the things I was doing. I was able to kind of pinpoint one thing that seemed more important than everything else. If we're gonna go talk to 12-year-old Kaylor, I would tell him that it's not just one specific thing that he has to do for long-term success. I would say that if I had to pick, talking to myself a long time ago, it's doing all of the things that you believe to be right. Getting an idea of all the things that you think are the right things to do to better your goal and doing all of those things consistently. So it's not really one specific action, it's more of a principle. Just being consistent with your training and your diet and your sleep and everything else that you can think of that goes into getting better, as far as your strength gains or your muscle gains or anything like that. Being consistent is going to take you further than anything else. Even if you are kind of doing the wrong thing, maybe you're doing a workout routine that doesn't really make sense for the goal you're trying to accomplish, but at least you're learning how to consistently work hard at something. And that does carry on over to stuff outside of the gym as well. Because I think this is really hard sometimes. It's really hard to come in here and do a couple of really heavy lifts or train week after week. And sometimes I train for 6 whole months just to get a 5-pound PR. I kill myself in here every day for 6 months just to add 5-10 pounds to a lift. And it's well, now that I'm going to go try to do maybe some other life stuff, whatever it may be, it makes those things seem a little bit easier to do in comparison, because compared to this, they are a little bit easier. So, but yeah, consistency. It's going to take you further than anything else, and it's something I always preach to everybody. So now I'll just talk directly about being consistent for lifting weights, for getting stronger, since that's kind of the context of my whole video. So why is it so important for getting strong? So if this is something that you have never done, or you only kind of do every now and then, but you're not like too serious about it, but you want to be serious about it, well, it's good to just kind of get it in your head right away that this is something that takes a very long time to get good at. And sure, you might make progress decently fast at first, but it's one of those things where the longer and longer you train, just like I talked about a second ago, you know, the longer and longer you train, the slower and slower that progress becomes, and that can be kind of hard to deal with. You know, it's tough to go months and months and sometimes even like a year without getting a PR on anything, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that there's no way that you're gonna get to that next PR if you don't come in here and just keep being consistent with your training, because I've gone through like a lot of periods where, man, it's like I didn't know if like whether I'd just be like injured with something or my lifts are just stalling because of whatever reason, because of injury or just for whatever other reason. It's hard. Like, I mean, get to a point to where it's like, do I really want to keep doing this myself just to get like 5 more pounds on the bar? In my case, yes. But, you know, maybe not everybody can handle that. But it's something that's just like real important to me. So of course, you know, I'll come in here and keep doing it. But that's the only way to keep making progress and really like see your full potential as a lifter, because it would be a shame to grow old one of these days and to have to stop doing this, because that day's gonna come for all of us where, you know, we're all gonna reach a day, if you're like around my age or younger, you know, I'm eventually gonna reach a day where the progress is gonna stop. Like that day has to come. Like the progress is gonna stop and then everything's just kind of slowly downhill after that. And it would be a shame to walk away from that not thinking that I did everything that I possibly could to bring out the most of myself. Like that would just be such a shame. So, you know, I always kind of make it a point to just be as consistent as I can with my training and all the other things I believe to be right that are gonna help me get there. Because if I don't, then, you know, several years from now, I'm gonna walk away from this and I'm gonna feel like I left something out. Like I'm gonna feel a lot of regret, you know, and I'm always gonna be thinking back to things that I could have done. Whereas like if I reach my absolute potential and I feel like in my mind that I did everything that I could and I knew I was consistent, I knew I always trained hard and did so for as long as I could and as often as I could, then I can happily walk away with, you know, what I was able to accomplish during my lifting career. So yeah, don't be the person that, you know, half-asses this, because like I said, it would just be like a damn shame. And you have to keep being consistent, because that's the only way you're gonna get over those plateaus and get through the obstacles and stuff. I mean, look at today, like, I feel like I set a good example of that today. Like it was 815 pounds, 370 kilos. It's 30 kilos less than my conventional deadlift 1 rep max, like the best I've ever done. And it felt about the same. Like it was really hard. I mean, yeah, you know, I could say things like, yeah, I am kind of having like a rough week as far as training goes. Like maybe my other workouts this week are also really bad, just for whatever reason. And you have weeks like that. Maybe you can even have like a whole month like that where things are just bad, but you have to just keep coming in and keep putting your head down and keep pushing through it. Otherwise, it's never gonna be good again. And I'm saying this like completely from experience. I remember, let's just say the worst time of my whole lifting thing about like a year and a half ago. I had all these problems with my knees, you know, my groin was bothering me. Like it just seems like everything was just like falling apart. And, you know, I could have just gave up and stopped, but I kept trying to find a way to work around it. And, you know, sure enough, I reached a spree of great days again. I was able to start making PRs again, and that never would have happened. And if I didn't have the attitude that I have towards doing this. So I hope I have made that point strongly enough for everybody to understand how important I think it is. And you know, like once this week started off bad and it kept kind of getting a little bit worse, and then even in today was kind of bad too, but it was like, man, well, maybe next week will be better. I guess I won't know unless I just keep pushing and go find out. You know, this will be good again one day. Like it'll be better one of these days. And then, you know, the bad days are the bad weeks. Like if you're kind of doing everything that you can, like they do happen less often than the good days. Like, you know, you can have more good days than bad days. Hopefully significantly more good days than bad days. And that's kind of like what this is all about. So, well, I'm done with the deadlifts, you know, worked up to that there, and I'm gonna go do some overhead presses now, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I probably won't even record the overhead presses. I think this is gonna be good for today. But guys, please, like, if you need some motivation, just watch this video or something, or just, I don't know, be consistent, please, because it's the biggest thing I see people like just not, I mean, sure, you hear people talk about it, you hear the motivational people talk about it, but it's like, what does that actually mean? Like you can say a bunch of things that like sound good, but what does it actually look like in fruition? Like, what does it look like actually going in and doing it? Like, lay it out in your head, how you're planning to be consistent and the things that you're gonna do to make sure that you're consistent with everything. And now I'm gonna try to figure out ways to be more consistent in other aspects of my life other than just lifting. So when I figure that one out, I'll maybe try to make a video about that. But as of now, I don't have it figured out that much, but I got the gym stuff figured out, so sharing that with you guys. But I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully get some more content out in the future whenever feeling a little bit better, but you know, even kind of on the not as good day, still want to share that with you guys. So I appreciate all the support I always get from you guys. I have a bunch of great feedback from everybody who's subscribed to my channel and watches my videos. So just wanted to take another minute right quick to thank everybody for that. Like, I think it's just awesome that people like to watch me lift weights. Like, I still can't get over that. Like, anyway, we'll see you guys later.